Previously on Higurashi.
Aw, Colonel Randy is so cute. I want to take him home.
Yeah, hey, was anyone ever murdered here? I don't know. Okay, that checks out. And that's how we stopped the government from flooding our village. Cool story. Hey, was there ever any grisly dismemberments? No. Are you sure? Because Tomitake said, But, nope, nothing of the sort. Well, that was a fucking lie. Hey everyone, Equinoct here, and welcome back to Higurashi When They Cry, Chapter 1, Onikakushi. It's been a hot minute, but we are finally back at it, so let's pick up where we left off. Unlike my house, the Ryugu residence wasn't newly constructed. It had been renovated from a pre-existing building. Well, the house itself was fine. The problem was the yard. It was crammed with rows upon rows of oddities. They were all the same as Colonel Randy, stuff you'd see while walking around the town. The cake shop mascot, Little Licky. The Totemon in front of the pharmacy. She even had the amazing flying elephant from the top of the department store. Rena's so weird. She must have just thought about it, because her face filled with delight. Uh-oh, no. So she takes anything she likes back to her nest. No ill will intended. The US should probably come up with some countermeasures ASAP. If not, the Statue of Liberty really will take a trip to Hinamizawa in the not-so-distant future. Rika-chan had returned. Oh, come to think of it, she did say there'd be a festival at the shrine during the next break.
で使えなくなったお布団とかと寺とかにね、ご苦労様って感謝して供養しながら沢に流すお祭りなの。
The people living in Hinamizawa dumped their futons and padded cloaks in the stream? It sounds like it'd be a lot of trouble if it backed up the current. Maybe they should just drop some fish in and have a fish wrangling competition. Skewer them and sprinkle a little salt. Oh man, I could smell it already.
それじゃあサマーキャンプですわ。ケイチさんって意外に想像力貧困でございますのね。
なんで俺がくだらん想像をしたことが分かった？
表情に出てましたです。
What sort of face could have expressed what I'd imagined just now? Rena demonstrated for me. I see. No argument here.
まあそんなに面白いものじゃないけどさ。楽しみにしてりゃいいじゃん。みんなで行こう。当日は迎えに行くからね。
I don't really feel like going to festivals unless someone asks me to. I wouldn't get bored if these guys were going.
退屈どころか私もやるぜ。
Mion's proclamation came as she looked at each member in turn. What was this all about? From the way Mion looked, it was probably...
若部の夏の風物詩、渡流しさに四強幕と。
センスねえ。なんだよそのネーミングは。
レナは可愛い名前だと思うけどな。
I tried to object sharply, but since Rena looked happy about it, I decided it was pointless to fight it.
ケイイチもいますから、今年は五強爆投になりますです。
Rika-chan made a small correction in light of my presence.
で、この仰々しいネーミングの部活動とお祭りがどう結びつくんだ？
日頃部活動で培った実力をご披露するのでございますわ。その通り。日々の厳しい試練を乗り越えた精鋭中の最精鋭たる我々の実力を。でも去年は村長さんに怒られたし、今年は迷惑をかけないようにしないとね。 つまり露店巡りをしながら部活動をするわけです。
Rika-chan really is the only one who explains things so they make sense. I see. So we'll be exhibiting on those busy festival grounds. Rena was right. Of course that would be the reason for the mayor to get angry.
でも楽しいんだよ。
That was the only point I did not doubt. It would be, without a question, fun. The day of the festival was drawing near.
じゃ、それはそれとして、今日も始めようかね、部活動。いぎは？
なーし。
Our voices rang out in unison.
やっぱり人数が多いときはトランプが一番の王道だよね。まさにこれぞテーブルゲームのベーシック。
また乾杯トランプか？
今日は新品。傷はないから本当に条件は互角。本当でございましょうね。 そのカード改めさせてもらいますわ。
Well, that was fair. Just to be safe, everyone checked the cards.
これなら大丈夫だよ。
みんな納得した？じゃあ今日はね、大貧民にしようか。5人って人数もいい感じでしょ。
Another standard card game. First one to get rid of all their cards wins. The basic rules: play a better card than the one before. You can play straights and pairs. There are various techniques that improve the game, like reversals. But because it's such a well-known game, there are lots of house rules for it as well. The name, for example. In my hometown, it was called Millionaire.
一応細部を確認しとくぜ。ジョーカーはオールマイティか。3は3枚でも革命可能か。
ジョーカーはなし。2が最強。革命返しはあり。3でも4枚なきゃ革命不可。
あとね、ゲーム開始時に貧民がいいカードを上納するってルールがあるでしょ。あれはなしなの。
While I was confirming the familiar rules, Sadako looked over at me cautiously. I probably should have tried to look like more of an amateur. I was pretty used to this game. It's President, and it's with a new deck. Today, I might be able to win. I had the gist of the rules now. But that wasn't everything, was it?
で、今日の罰ゲームは何でございますの？
それなんだけどさ、みんなで何枚かメモに書いて敗者に引かせるってのはどうかな。
Oh, that seemed like it could be interesting.
では、どぎついのを書いてケイチさんに引かせてやりますわ。あんまりひどいのを書くと自分で引いたとき大変だよ。
負けなきゃいいってんだろ。
わかってるじゃありませんの。
Mion handed out several slips of paper to everyone.
じゃあ適当に書いてこのカバンの中に入れて。負けた人はこの中に手を突っ込んで1枚引くってことで。
Now then, what would be a good penalty? Worst case scenario, you'd draw what you wrote. Something too intense would be like digging your own grave.
何もなしって書くのは禁じ手にしましょうです。
Rika-chan's casual suggestion caused Mion's hand to lurch to a sudden halt.
ミオンさん卑怯ですわ。何もなしって書いてカードを折ってあるんですの。
She's smart. I see. Just in case you lost, you grabbed the note with the folded corner and you'd be safe. That was a good idea. Diabolical as ever, Mion. Rika-chan is quite formidable too, being able to see through that. I couldn't underestimate her, even though she doesn't stand out.
みんな、あんまり意地悪な罰ゲームはやめようね。
Nobody agreed to Rena's proposal. Everyone was ruthless.
大丈夫だよ、レナ。
Okay, I don't know this. I don't know this game. This wasn't in the anime, so I'm actually curious as to what's gonna happen to the loser now.
負けなきゃいいんだからな。
そうだね。よし、頑張ってレナの罰ゲームをみんなに引かせる
Rena was quite brutal even though she usually appeared meek. Better not underestimate her either.
同感ですわ。特にレナの罰ゲームってのがとっても気になるでございます。誰の罰ゲームでも怖いです。
I still didn't know what Rika-chan's penalties would be like.
つまりこのゲームには負けられないってわけ。ご一同覚悟はいいね。
We all nodded determinedly. Having confirmed that Mion dealt out the cards. Finally, the battle begins. I had a decent starting hand. Card after card was played in the middle. Not needing Mion to tell them, both Rika-chan and Sadako played their cards without hesitation. Rena and I were the only ones who paused to think. It seemed that Rena genuinely couldn't make up her mind, but I was different. I was like a shark stalking its prey, just waiting for the right time to strike.
あれこれ通るのかよ。じゃあ3出して上がりだぜ。
いないですの。8、7。上がりでございます。5と5。上がりますです。じゃあ最後の1枚を捨てて上がりね。
気をしたか。
The loser of the first round was, of all people, Mion. And now I was certain. Today I could win.
じゃあみーちゃん、この中から1枚引いてね。
Mion, accepting her defeat, scrounged around inside the bag and pulled out one piece of paper. Mion quivered and shrieked.
どうなの？どうなの？
Rena was also surprised when she peeked at it. What kind of terrible thing was written on it? Pet the principal on the head?
ちょっと待て。
That sounds like Rika, like she wrote it.
これがどうやばいんだ。
圭一さんは気づきませんの？校長先生は頭髪が薄いことを恥ずかしがってますの。
Sadako yelled with a serious look on her face. But she wasn't as loud as Mion's shriek. What could it be?
校長先生は武道の達人なのです。若い頃は世界を修行して回って武術の奥義を極めきったと豪語してますの。戦後の日本の教育の乱れを憂いて教育者に転校したんだって。
He was inhuman. Pet the guy's head?
部長の私が模範を示さないわけにはいかないね。
She bellowed out and yelled as she dashed off down the hallway.
静かにこっそり行って穏便に済ます方が有利じゃないのか。
That's not Mion's style.
多分無理だよ。だって気配でアメフラシが探せるって言ってたし。
I could do nothing but wait with bated breath. Kerpow. A rumble shook the classroom.
校長先生、超奥義発動です。
following the launcher with the jab, jab, strong, fierce combo. He's even using meter.
ジークンドーだな。
知らないよ。食らいたくないもん。
What, did he just seismic toss me on or something? Nothing I can do now except stay calm. I understood now why there were no delinquents at the school. After a few moments of silence, Mion slumped back to us.
撫でた。これでいい。
Mion said before collapsing.
とりあえず生きてますわね。ゲーム続行は可能でございますわ。鬼。
I was amazed the person who made club activities like these could say that.
でもこれで一番おっかない罰ゲームはなくなったね。
Oh, I'm certain there's worse ones yet to be drawn. Rena tried to lighten the mood, and was only met with Mion's malicious grin. She was serious now.
もう手加減しないからね。あんたたちにも思い知らせてやろうじゃん。
The pace of the game became bizarrely quick. I could tell the game had gotten more intense.
S345あったり。
これで僕も上がりますです。
へへ、俺も上がらせてもらうぜ。
これで上がりですな。負けちゃったよ。
Uh-oh. Rena's next. And the heavens chose to vanquish Rena.
どんな罰ゲームだろう。どんな罰ゲームだろう。
It wasn't exactly hard for her to be worried. Just thinking of the level of difficulty of Mion's first penalty still made me quiver. And so, the penalty she drew with trembling fingers was... The heck was this? Speak like a maid?
何これ。これってどうすればいいの。ってことはつまりそういう口調で喋れということではございませんの。はい、ご主人様。
Oh my god. That sounds like a Ch.1. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I had no idea who wrote that penalty, but she was awesome. Okay, it wasn't Keiichi. Must have been Mion then.
じゃあレナ、カードを集めてみんなに配ってくれるかな。
はい、ご主人様。
Then again, I don't know. I feel like talking like a maid. I feel like that's either that would be either Keiichi or Mion. So, I could just die right now.
とにかくゲームを続行しよう。なあレナ。
はい、ご主人様。
He's having way too much fun. The eagerness to which I was goading Rena into addressing me as master was downright impressive, if I do say so myself.
うりゃ。もう負けないよ。あかり。
私も絶対負けられないでございますのよ。
I shan't lose either. I love her vocabulary.
上がりましたです。
ならこれで俺も上がりだ。
そんな。
Another punishment for her. Rena again. What kind of penalty would it be this time? I was delighted by the mysterious sense of anticipation. Anticipation? No, it was conviction. Oh my god. Remove one item of clothing from the top and bottom half of your body. Okay, there are children in this game, so, little too pervy.
それはまずいだろう。誰だよ、こんなの書いたの。
My face reddened with anger. If I didn't yell at something, I wouldn't be able to hide my shaking. I can't tell if he's faking this and he actually did write that, or if he's genuinely surprised. Ah, who did write that? God, please give that man a Nobel Prize.
きっとノーベルスケベ賞ですわね。
Not good, not good. What I was thinking about was written on my face.
みーちゃん。
It's okay, just take off that, I don't know what those are called, that neckerchief thing that she has underneath her collar. Yeah, take that off, and then a sock, and you're good to go. Rena begged Mion with teary eyes, but everyone knew Mion's answer already.
はいはい、甘えない甘えない。受けたら潔く。
わかりました、ご主人様。
Oh my god.
脱ぎます。
Boy, the fan service in this game is... What? I looked around, thinking someone else would probably stop her. Of course, I wasn't exactly trying to stop her either. Then I heard the rustling of clothing, the sound of her skirt hitting the... Oh my god! Hitting the ground sent my heart racing.
これでよろしいでしょうか。ご主人様。
I looked away like a gentleman. But these club activities, you needed to be ruthless after all.
なんだ。
ケイイチさん、何を期待してますの？下に体操服着てなかったらさすがに脱げませんわ。
Okay, that is pretty smart. Sadako poked fun at me, but right now I can't hear it.
ケイちゃんもやるね。こっちの方向で攻めてくるとはおじさん予想もつかなかったわ。
違う。これは俺が書いたんじゃない。
ご主人様が書いたんじゃないんですか？
Her squirming around in her PE clothes made it impossible for me to not feel anything. Calm down, Keiichi Mayabara. Mion probably wrote that one and planned to go after me as I panicked. You can't fall for her trap after knowing it's a trap. Clear your head. Calm down and assess the situation. I was determined to think my way out of this, and the answer was quite simple.
俺はガーッ
And then I became a god. I, who had already entered the domain of godhood, what would dare stand in my way? It was like they were pulled to me magnetically as I picked up aces and twos like nobody's business.
なんでこんなにカード運が悪いんでございますの？
さとこの負けだな。引くぞ。妹口調で喋る。
Speak like a little sister. Does that mean she's gonna start calling everyone Oni-chan?
はいお兄ちゃん。
I knew it! Yes. The pleasure of making this brat disgrace herself. Oh, well, God, what was that shriek? It sounded like a chicken.
またおじさんの負けじゃ。
ミオンの負けだな。引くぞ。
Keiichi's the one drawing the punishments, so I'm wondering, is he like kind of maneuvering around like in a way Mion tried to with the bent corner?
女子スクール水着に着替える。
Wear a girl's swimsuit.
ケイちゃんに引かせたかった。
Alright, confirmation that was Mion's. Yes! Mion's despair was like sweet honey. I'm waiting for someone to pull the rug out from Keiichi, like he's gonna lose.
また負けちゃいました。
レナの負けだな。引くぞ。1位に膝枕。
Let the person in first place rest their head on your lap.
この格好でですか、ご主人様。
This is getting a little too hot for YouTube here. Yeah! She's oh my god, Keiichi, control yourself. She's not wearing a skirt, so it's her bare legs.
お兄ちゃん、強すぎですの。
さとこの負けだな。引くぞ。1位にご奉仕。
Obey the person in first place.
肩でも揉んでもらおっかな。
はいお兄ちゃん。
ほら、もっと奥まで。爪立てんじゃねえぞ。
Nothing has happened to Rika yet, so I'm wondering if she's gonna turn the tables. I had transformed into an evil dictator and couldn't be doing any better. It felt like I could control how the cards played out with my mind, and even decide what suits would appear just by willing it. By the time I realized it, I had already assembled a harem. I was laughing haughtily as I rested my head on Rena, who was now a bloomer-clad maid. Sadako was wearing a collar and had... Sadako was wearing a collar and had taken on little sister properties. Mion was fanning me while wearing a school swimsuit.
今日はご主人様は圧勝でございますね。あんまり頭をゴロゴロしないでくださいまし。
I began to think, why does man have no end to his desires? How could I wish for more than this palace of dreams?
どうしましたですか、ケイチ。
どうして人の欲望には限りがないのか。憂いていたのさ。
That was it. Rika-chan hadn't been in first, but she continued to escape being in last.
ケイチは欲張りさんですよ。春を知るとも言いますです。
十分理解してるよ。なんて言うのかな。もう死んでもいいって感じ。
Careful what you wish for, buddy.
ご主人様、あんまりゴロゴロしないで。死んでもいいですね。
And Rika's just like, okay, and then just snaps his neck.
叶えて差し上げますですよ。
I want Rika to knock him on his ass. This is too good now. Rika-chan said it in her usual calm manner with a cheery tone. This was undoubtedly a declaration of war.
いいぞリグちゃん、やっちゃえ。
Oh god, Sadako with the dog collar. Oh, come on.
僕では勝てないかもしれませんですが、やっつけますですよ。
You can do it, Rika. Such stoicism from a little girl who's always hidden away in Sadako's shadow. It would probably be rude not to meet her head on. I shall face you myself, little one. I saw Mion swap a few cards with Rika-chan in the middle of the game, but pretended I didn't see it. Do you believe you can defeat Keiichi-sama with just that?
2です。エースエースエースです。8888革命しますです。
Everybody looked over at me. I was still brimming with confidence. Mwahaha. The four of them who allied against me. That's it. You're making me laugh.
ありだったよな。革命返しだ。
そんなバカなことがあるわけ。
Sadako let out a shriek. Mwahaha, you simpletons. Using up all of her cards before calling a reversal left Rika-chan with no good cards. She was defeated soon after. Aww.
僕の負けです。
ついに我が軍門に下ったり。さあ一枚引くぞ。
Just don't do anything pervy to Rika, she's too pure. Wear cat ears, a bell collar, and a tail. Mwahaha. Even the penalties were as I wished. Rika-chan hung her head and equipped the 3 holy artifacts. It's questionable as to why such things were in Mion's locker, but since I had no objections, I didn't ask. Okay, if you take away, like, the pervy aspects, this is pretty adorable. This was so... Oh... It felt like I had become Rena. This was definitely cute.
かわいいよね。ねえ。はあ、お持ち帰り。
That wasn't me talking. That was actually Rena.
み。
As Rika-chan mimicked the cat, teary-eyed, rings of smoke escaped from Rena's ears with an audible poof.
リカちゃん、お持ち帰り、お持ち帰り。ちょっとだけだよ。変なことはしないんだよ。しないんだよ。
Yeah, I'm sure people love hearing that. I won't do anything strange. That's a sign of a stable person. Mion gasped and dropped her fist into her open palm.
レナがどうしてもって言うなら、僕はお持ち帰りされちゃうです。レナさんにケイイチさんが倒せたらですわ。
They thought that Rena's cute mode would be able to defeat me. Would it be that easy? Opposing me was the same as opposing God. I teach them their place.
証拠罪だ。レナなど返り討ちに。
The more he boasts, the more I want him to lose. For a moment, I didn't know what was going on. The 52 cards danced and flowed freely between Rena's hands like the machinations of a master magician. In the middle of those flowing cards was Rena's ecstatic expression, her head bobbling round.
やろケイチくん、早く早く。
My whole body knew it already. I was going to lose.
出ない出ないのケイちゃん。あらこれであっかり。
Everyone cheered. I was spent.
悔いはないさ。神様、短い夢をサンキューな。
さあ、引くでございますよ。ケイチさんの罰ゲーム、これですわ。
Everyone peeked at it in unison, gazes flickering between the text and my face.
今日一日はしゃがせてもらったからな。何でもやるぜ。内容は何だ？
全部。
Every penalty up until now. Wow, that is justice. Oh man, I wish we had. There's probably not going to be a sprite of Keiichi in this chapter, but I really wish there was one of him wearing everything that everyone was wearing.
ケイチさん、言葉遣いが弟属性になっていませんでしたよ。
はい、お姉ちゃん。
うわー、これはやみつきになるでございますわ。あと肩も揉んでもらいますわよ。ケイチくん、膝枕はいいからレナにもね。
はい、ご主人様。
ケイチくん、それすごくかわいい。もっと言ってもっと言って。
ああ、もうお許しください、ご主人様。
Rena passed out with a squeal, blood spewing from her nose like a fountain. My dignity was being trampled more than a communal doormat.
次はおじさんだね。まずはのんびりとうちわで仰いでもらおうかな。
Fwoosh, fwoosh.
あ、そうか。これも着ないとダメだよね。スクール水着。
それ女子用だろ。俺は男子用でいいんじゃないのか。
ここにちゃんと女子スクール水着に着替えると明記してございますわ。
Yeah, specifying a girl swimsuit is smart because everyone's a girl except for one, so it would definitely be a crushing blow to him. Sadako was like a loan shark. Actually, me trying to escape reality as fast as seemingly possible was pretty adorable if I did say so myself.
だって誰のスクール水着を着るんだよ。嫌だろ。俺なんかに着られたら。
あ、おじさんそういうのは全然気にしないから。いいじゃん、役得でさ。私スタイルすっごく悪いから、ケイちゃんでも着れないことないと思うよ。
The executioners surrounded me, waving their fingers. My first thought, it's tied around the waist. Second thought, the chest area was pretty loose. Third thought, the crotch area was, oh.
ケイチくんかいかい。あとこれに猫耳と首輪と尻尾をつけて完成しますです。
ケイちゃん、鏡見る？いやマジすごいって。多分見といた方がいい。
The stern scientific calculating nature mixed with her fascination made Mion very scary. I hate sounding out big words in my head.
遠慮します、ご主人様。
これで出来上がりですわね。このままの格好で下校するってのもあればよかったですのに。
じゃあもういいかい？着替えてさ。
While I was saying that, Mion placed her hands on my shoulders and Rika-chan slipped up behind me without a sound.
まだです、ケイチ。一番最初にやった罰ゲームが残ってますです。
Oh, petting the principal's head.
この格好でか。
Rika-chan patted my head without saying a word.
よし、失礼します。
入りたまえ。
I stepped forward into the principal's office. My bell collar jingled adorably. The principal froze solid with a smile on his face as he saw me. I couldn't blame him. In this sacred place of study, specifically in his office. Though I said excuse me as I entered, the sight of a person entering with a skull swimsuit, cat ears, a collar, and tail, and for it to be a young male student, without a doubt, any normal person's psyche would have stopped cold. But this could be explained. Aww, my cat is mewing. We'll call it uncanny valley camouflage, if you will. When humans see others, they can only begin to act after confirming this is human. Meaning that if he could not comprehend what was in front of him, then in those moments before he could begin to fully process the situation, his mind was completely blank. That was my one and only chance for victory. My penalty? Rubbing the principal's head.
こっちよー、勝負。
A zazzing sound echoed loudly. He went straight for the special move. He was expecting it this time. The principal said one thing to me.
男とは何ぞや。
And in a heartbeat, okay, we do not want to mess with the principal. That tremor resounded throughout the Hinamizawa twilight. What a weird episode. There's just so much going on in just these innocent little games they're playing, isn't there? Rena was given permission to caress Rika-chan's head as much as she wanted, so they headed home together, very pleased. Once again today, it was just Mion and I going home.
いやー、白熱したね。ケイちゃんがあんなに大貧民が強いとは思わなかった。
いや、俺自身が一番驚いてるよ。
If I was playing with guys, I wouldn't have been that strong.
しかしひってえ目にあった。あんな姿で担架で運ばれた日にゃ松代までの恥だ。
でもいいじゃん。7台は自慢できるくらいいい目も見たんだし。
How? Well, when she says it like that, we both smiled at each other.
おや
Oh
なんだ
no.
ねケイチ君。
He's gonna take a picture. It was Tomitake-san. It felt like I'd been running into him quite often.
どうも。いい写真は撮れてますか？
Or is he still in this, punishment outfit? Maybe he changed back to his skull clothes.
ま、そこそこにね。で、
Tomitake-san suddenly leaned over and whispered into my ear.
しかし、ケイチ君も隅に置けないな。今日はこの間とは違う彼女かい？
そういうんじゃないですよ。
とぼけないとぼけない。若いうちは経験が大事なんだからな。
Because Tomitake-san let out such a crude laugh, Mio knew what we were talking about without even hearing his whisper.
富武のおじさまだってなかなか隅に置けないって噂ですけど。
いや、僕はそんなつもりで。
はいはい。お仕事頑張っていい写真いっぱい撮ってくださいな。バイバイ。
Mio seemed to really want to get rid of this lout quickly. From the way he spoke, it seemed as if Mio knew Tomitake-san quite well.
おじさまは今年は渡長島で滞在ですかな？
うん、そのつもりだよ。お祭りを一通り撮影したら、また東京に帰るよ。
カメラマンってやつは本当に気楽な商売ですこと。早くでっかい賞を取って有名になってくださいよね。今期逃してまで写真撮影に熱中してるんだから。
そんなことはないと思うな。男は味噌汁から味が出るんだよ。
味噌から味が出てどうすんですか、バッチーナ。
Oh, Mio.
おっと、そろそろ宿に戻らないと暗くなっちゃうな。
Tomitake-san began to take his leave with a dry laugh. It did look like he was outmatched by Mion.
じゃあお二人ともお祭りでまた会おうね。
After waving a hand cheerfully, Tomitake-san disappeared amongst the cries of the Higurashi.
あんな調子で本当に有名になれんのかね。個展開いたら私の写真展示してもらう約束になってんだけど、当分実現しそうにないかね。
ミオンは富武さんのこと知ってるんだ。
うん、知り合いっていうかほら、ここじゃよそ者はすぐ分かっちゃうからね。
昨日今日会ったばかりという感じじゃなかったな。
富武さんね、結構ちょくちょくひなみ沢に来るんだよ。年に 2,3 回くらいかな。季節の風景や野鳥を撮影してるんだってさ。ま、大した写真じゃないんだろうけどね。
The image Mion painted of Tomitake-san was fairly unique. The Tomitake-san I knew was more mysterious. The words flowed naturally from my mouth.
富武さんって本当に野鳥撮影で来てるのかな。
Mion stared blankly at me as if to ask, "Why do you say that?"
なんかこ 撮影以外の目的で来てるようなさ、そんな気がしないか？
Like about that incident, the dismemberment.
やっぱりそう思う？だとしたらいい感してるよ、ケイちゃん。
She agreed with what I thought, but it was quite chipper in how she said it.
知ってるのか、ミオン？
もうね。他のみんなはひょっとすると気づいてないかもしれないけど、このおじさんの目はごまかせないしね。
Mion was posturing pretentiously, but I had easily come to a very different conclusion from what she was imagining. It felt like all apprehensions I had about Tomitake-san disappeared, lifting a burden off my shoulders. I was finally able to appreciate how clear the evening sky over Hinamizawa was. I exhaled everything in my lungs and inhaled just as much. It smelled like dusk.
どうしたの、ケイちゃん？
日暮の声ってさ、こんなにも気持ちいいものだったんだなって。
ケイちゃん、何を今さら。
We both continued to giggle, not knowing why.
レナは今頃どうしてるかな？リカちゃんを思う存分可愛がれたのかな？
今頃は夕食を振る舞うから遊びにおいでって誘ってる真っ最。
うまく持ち帰れるといいな。
どうだろうね。リカちゃんってあれでなかなかうまいから。
ああ、それは同感。頭を撫でる罰ゲーム、あれきっとリカちゃんだぜ。
私も同感。校長先生の頭を撫でられるのはリカちゃんだけだし。
Just pointless chit-chat. The hot day felt like it was being cooled down by the cries of the Higurashi. Another somewhat uneventful day, it seems. Alright. Nothing too interesting. Just a simple community notice. Alright, that will do it for this episode. That's, again, a little on the slow side still. At what, episode 5? But this is basically a novel in visual form, so... I'm still a little torn. I want the action to hurry up and get here, but I also like the cute moments that I haven't seen before. Like that whole card game, I enjoyed it. It was nice seeing Keiichi get knocked on his ass at the very end. I guess it's more of an acquired taste. Some people prefer the action to be fast-paced and to hurry up and get here, and other people like me are just along for the ride. So, continue watching this Let's Play series if you enjoy that kind of stuff, and if you find it boring, I take no offense to it. It's not like I made the game or anything. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in, and I will catch you in the next episode. Later.